The station was quiet, or at least as quiet as a Grath Dominion research facility could ever be. Its long corridors hummed with machinery, flickered with dim fluorescent lights, and echoed with the occasional clang of distant maintenance bots. For most of the personnel, this was a place of order, routine, and control. For Jaren Hale, a human cleaner assigned to the station, it was just another day of scrubbing floors and emptying waste processors. He had been told his job was menial, insignificant, the lowest rung, as one officer had remarked with a smirk. Jaren didn't mind. Routine suited him, kept him out of trouble, and, more importantly, it allowed him to observe without drawing attention. Humans were rare here, and being invisible was safer than being noticed. It started with a routine cleaning round in the lower containment sectors. The corridors smelled of sterilized metal and chemical cleaners, and the air was thick with recycled oxygen. As Jaren scrubbed along the side of one hall, he noticed a faint soft glow coming from the end of the corridor. At first, he thought it was a malfunctioning light panel, but as he stepped closer, the glow pulsed. Irregular, organic, not mechanical. Curiosity nudged him forward. He had learned early in life that curiosity could be dangerous, but sometimes the cost of ignoring it was higher. He rounded the corner and froze. There, in a small containment cell, was a girl, or at least something humanoid. Her skin shimmered a soft lavender under the dim lights, and delicate limbs curled tightly around her torso. She had large, luminous eyes that reflected a mix of fear and exhaustion. She was caged, and the cage was not just a holding pen. It was reinforced with alien alloys, layered locks, and surveillance markers that screamed security priority. Jaren swallowed hard. I shouldn't be here," he whispered. The girl flinched at his voice, backing further into the corner of her cell. She opened her mouth, speaking in rapid musical tones that Jaren did not understand. Yet the fear in her voice was unmistakable. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said, keeping his tone soft. I just clean here." Her glow pulsed faintly, weakly, but there was a flicker of curiosity. She had clearly never seen a human before, at least not one who didn't carry a weapon. Jaren glanced at the locks. They were sophisticated, probably impossible for him to override without triggering alarms. But he also noticed something else. The guards were all stationed far above, in a higher corridor. If he timed it right, maybe, just maybe. He cleared his throat. "Hey! Do you want out?" The girl's glow surged, brightening for a fraction of a second before dimming again. She stepped forward slightly, unsure, testing the waters. Over the next hour, Jaren began observing her carefully. He learned small things. She flinched at sharp noises, recoiled from sudden movements, and drew comfort from the light of his suit. He discovered her name, through gestures and repeated sounds, was Liora. She was not aggressive. She was terrified. Jaren had no idea what the higher-ups intended for her. All he knew was that she was alive, alone, and clearly being held against her will. That night, after the station's main lights dimmed, Jaren made a decision. He couldn't leave her there. He would find a way to free her. The next day, Jaren watched the guard's routine and noticed a small maintenance hatch leading to her cell from below. It was narrow, claustrophobic, and only a human small enough could fit. That human, of course, was him. He brought tools from the cleaning supply closet, a portable plasma cutter, a set of override keys, and his standard cleaning kit, which he had modified to conceal the electronics. Every step required stealth, precision, and nerves of steel. When he finally reached the hatch, he paused. "You have to trust me," he whispered to Liora through the thin metal bars. "I can get you out, but you have to stay calm." She tilted her head, her glow flickering nervously. Then slowly she nodded. Jaren set to work. Sparks flew from the plasma cutter as he carefully weakened the bars, avoiding the alarm sensors. Time seemed to stretch forever. Every second he was caught could mean death, for both of them. Finally, with a hiss and a clank, the cage door swung open. Liora froze, stunned, then slowly stepped forward. Her large eyes scanned the hall, then fixed on Jaren. She spoke again in musical tones, softer this time, almost a question. "You, really?" "Yes," he said. "Come on. Stay close." Their escape was a tense, silent ordeal. They moved through maintenance corridors, avoiding surveillance cameras and patrol drones. Liora clung close to him, her bioluminescent skin flickering with every alarmed step. She had never experienced safety before, never felt the comfort of someone acting purely to protect her. At one point, a guard appeared around a corner. Jaren froze, heart hammering. The guard raised a weapon. Instinctively, Jaren shoved Liora behind a maintenance crate and pressed the emergency override button he had smuggled from the maintenance closet. A burst of energy from the panel short-circuited the hallway lights, sending the guard reeling and allowing them to slip past unnoticed. For the first time, Liora spoke clearly, her voice a trill of wonder and relief. "Human brave." Jaren smiled grimly. "Sometimes, yes. Let's keep moving." Hours later, they reached the docking bay. Jaren had hacked the access codes to a small, older transport shuttle that hadn't been used for years. He guided Liora inside, sealing the hatch behind them. The station's alarms finally blared. Too late. They were gone. As the shuttle lifted into the cold expanse of space, Liora turned to Jaren. Her glow pulsed a soft violet, brighter than it had ever been. She reached out a trembling hand. "Thank you." Jaren shook his head. "Don't thank me yet. We're not safe until we reach a colony." But even as he spoke, he realized that this moment, their first connection, was the beginning of something profound. Humans were seen as fragile in some parts of the galaxy, predictable and weak. But they were also capable of compassion, courage, and unexpected heroism, even when no one noticed. Over the next few cycles, Jaren navigated the shuttle to a nearby colony. Liora watched him work, fascinated by the human ingenuity and his ability to remain calm under pressure. She learned quickly, helping him calculate navigation routes and avoid patrol zones. Slowly, trust deepened. For the first time, Liora understood that she was not a tool, a specimen, or a prisoner. She was a being worthy of care and respect. When they finally landed, the colony medics and officials were stunned. Liora's species was rare, valuable, and the Dominion had placed bounties on any survivors. Yet Jaren presented her as a survivor, a living being, and the officials recognized the bravery it took to rescue her. Liora's glow had shifted from pale lavender to vibrant violet, a visual testament to her growing comfort and trust. She stepped forward, raising her hand in a gesture of gratitude she had learned in human culture. A simple touch. Jaren met it with a nod, a silent acknowledgement of shared triumph. In the weeks that followed, Liora adapted to her new life on the colony. She laughed, learned, and slowly discovered emotions she had never experienced. Joy, safety, and friendship. Jaren visited often, their bond unspoken but undeniable. She no longer trembled at his presence. Instead, she learned that a human could be a protector, a friend, even a hero. One evening, as the twin suns of the colony set, Liora presented Jaren with a small crystal she had carried from the station, a token of trust and gratitude. "For you," she said simply. "Because you saved me when no one else would." Jaren held it carefully, the weight of it almost symbolic. "You're the one who's brave," he said. "I just did what anyone should." Liora smiled, her glow pulsing softly, steady and serene. "Not anyone. Only a humans." And for the first time since she had been imprisoned in that cold, lonely cage, Liora felt free. Not just in body but in spirit. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and indifferent. Yet in its chaos, humans could stand out. Small, seemingly ordinary, yet capable of heroism the universe would never forget.